We're here this morning to the Okefenokee Heritage Center with Keith and John Jeffers, who have been so kind as to try and restore this model railroad layout for us. This was gifted to the Heritage Center by the Spatola family, and as you can see, it needs a little bit of work, but these gentlemen know what they're doing about it, and they're going to be kind enough to do some efforts here. Keith, how long have you been working with model railroads?
Well, only about 2 or 3 months.
Okay,
But,
really?
Yeah, I have an interest in slot car racing, which is electric. Same principle, electric motors, 12-volt current. So I've always loved these model railroads, but I just didn't have a chance or the space to put one in. And so, like I say, it's just the model, the scale model, it really caught my interest. Always had the time. I would have loved to have gotten involved. So
Well,
this happened.
I'm sure the Heritage Center really appreciates your efforts here. John, how about you? How long have you been doing this?
The model railroading, very, very short time, but I worked for CSX for 30 years, and so everything I worked on was a lot bigger. But in the last couple of years, we actually got a little model set to take out to the fair.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, I helped them get that set up, and they had some HO and some O gauge. And what's amazing is we're getting a lot of feedback from people that, oh, my daddy had a set. I don't know if he still got it, or it may be in the attic, or blah blah blah. So we're actually looking for anybody that may have some stuff they want to donate or actually sell, rather than going to a hobby shop and buying everything brand new, because there's a lot of good used stuff out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, is this set a Lionel set?
Mm-hmm. Lionel O gauge. You can tell their logo right here. This is, and we've got to looking at YouTube and eBay and Amazon, and there's a lot of it available. There's a lot of it still available.
Is Lionel still in business?
Oh yeah, they got locomotives on there for $1,200–1,500 a piece. Those steam locomotives, like this one right here, sells for like $1,200.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this one right here. But you can feel the weight of that thing. And our diesel locomotives right there, they selling for like $400 on and $500 on eBay. So,
Okay. Well, this is quite a little collection then, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, it's a good to start with. If we had we'd be in a mess if we didn't have no cars and no rolling stock, they called it. But it's pretty amazing that it all, not completely all works, but probably I'd say 80% of it works. The switches.
Well, that's great.
Yep. And it's all anchored down good. Got to get some light bulbs for it. Tell us when things are activated. And,
Keith, he's working on a major project down there. He's doing it the hard way. He's having to lay down and look up.
yeah.
Trying to establish the wiring.
One thing that happens when you store anything electrical is the insulation on the wires become old, deteriorate, and crumble. And that's not a good safety situation, because you don't want 2 wires connecting, sparks, causing a fire hazard.
No,
So
no.
we knew from when Danny and Stephen brought it in, they had let us know that the wires were deteriorated. So we took a little time. I looked on YouTube to see how to rewire the transformer to see if it worked. And John and I took it apart, rewired it, and now just feeding this safer, newer wire.
That's I can understand.
Hiding it all to make it all look nice and neat.
Yeah.
And then once we get the good power source, we can start checking our switches. These rails are bare metal, so any type of rust needs to be cleaned so you can get contact for the motor.
Yeah. Now, this was quite a set then in its day, wasn't it? How old would you think this set was originally put together?
We're thinking 50s or 60s.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've got to get in contact with the original owner to find out a little more about it. But,
My goodness.
is, we think 50, 60, so.
Oh, it's very elaborate.
They have a lot in a small area.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
A little small city, and so we're.
Only thing I haven't seen is a jailhouse. We got a church, and we got a grain unloader, and then we had one to unload logs off of a crane, and we got an oil well. But it may be a jailhouse somewhere, but I hadn't seen them.
Well, they probably got one slipped in there someplace, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We figured out who's gonna be the preacher. We might have to find us a preacher to come in here and say a prayer over it.
It may need a little help there.
Get it all going.
Well, I'm sure the Heritage Center really appreciates you guys and your efforts that you're doing here, though. It'll be very neat to get this established. I don't think most children today even understand this equipment or see it. Most of them seem to be so involved in electronics.
Like, yeah, the
Yeah,
video games. But this right here can be pretty interactive too. If they, we just gotta convince them. You don't pick them up and throw them down. They need
Yeah,
to be,
yeah.
they need to be taken care of because you can't. Some of it you probably can't replace.
Yeah, I wondered about that, if you could even find any kind of parts for it since it's so old.
There's some.
If it's necessary to find parts.
Yeah, there's some on on eBay and Amazon, but I'm sure all of it isn't. But see, this thing even had where you could couple and uncouple it with this controller. You run over these particular switches, and it would actually magnetize, like this one right here. That's a little electromagnet,
Uh-huh.
and it'll uncouple the cars from the train.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's pretty neat.
That's pretty sophisticated then.
Yeah, to be that old it is.
Yeah. All right, well, gentlemen, I'm going to leave you and let you work then. You look like you're very industrious about what you're doing, and I don't like to stop people when they're working.
We're going to try to post some updates along. If there's been some interest, will let us know how it's going.
All right.
And small things, going to try to dust it. And then anybody who's interested in cosmetics, repairing, painting some of the buildings, we are interested. You can contact the Heritage Center, Carla.
Yeah.
And she'll take your name, and we'll get in touch with you and kind of coordinate when we're going to be working.
Are you
Okay.
Are you on
Very good.
Are you on Facebook?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. Well, if you or any of your family's on Facebook, you could look up Keith and Alice Jeffers. Keith puts periodic updates on there like once a week or so.
Okay.
And
That's good then. That'll inform the public about what to do.
yep.
But thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and you guys have a great day at it.
You're more